Now I know what you're all thinking. Another TLJ review. Everything's been said and done about that movie. You're beating a dead horse. Move on. Well, there are some points that need to be covered, some points that need to be cleared. And I'm going to explain it now into 5 simple points on what is wrong with TLJ. And hopefully we can fix these mistakes in the future. Number 1. The complete disregard and destruction of the OT characters. Let's start with the obvious. Luke. What happened to the optimistic, heroic character, and why did he change into this senile, nihilistic piece of crap? Like, it's not like Dark Empire, where he went through trials and tribulation, and faced the dark side again and lost to it. Like, and why would he go, decides to kill Ben Solo just for no reason, other than just looking into his mind? Like, it's not like Anakin where he actually killed people and killed his friends. No, apparently that never happened. So why would Luke ever consider doing that? And in the novelization, it actually is worse because he literally wishes that Episode 4 never happened, that he gave the droids over to the Empire and left Leia to die on the Death Star. Yeah, it's literally how the novelization opens. And he's just all over the place because, for starters, in one scene when he reconnects with the Force in the novelization, he literally wants to run off and go save his friends. But as soon as he sees Rey with Kylo Ren, he's just like, sorry, no, I'm done. I'm going back to being in exile. Peace out. Leia, she seems more cold-hearted and just not really caring, and actually a complete and utter bitch to her son, because in the novelization, apparently Han and Leia had treated Ben like he was a monster and not their own child. Like, are they supposed to be the same characters? Like, whatever happened to the original Han and Leia that would seem like caring parents? In fact, even in the novelization, she doesn't even care about giving Han his funeral. The only person that actually legitimately cares about the funeral is Akbar, which there's another plot inconsistency, but we'll get to that later. Chewbacca, he is so pointless. You might as well cut him from the movie because he literally serves no purpose. And it's at this point, you legitimately just want him to die because without Han, Chewie's worthless. And Yoda, let's just say Attack of the Clones moves up on the list because giving Yoda a lightsaber is a lot better than having Yoda literally burn down a few books. And if you can't see something wrong with that, just seriously think about it and rewatch the scene. And Kylo Ren. In this movie, he feels completely inconsistent to how he was portrayed in TFA, along with everyone else. Because in TFA, as I remember, he was a lot more whiny and I don't want to be Vader. But now he's literally saying, let the past die, kill it if you have to. And I was like, I'd like to see you try. Just try that. See how well that goes for you. Number 2, the complete and utter broken continuity of the series. Now, it's worse than TFA's ending being completely disregarded, and some of the characters aren't inconsistent in how they were portrayed in The Force Awakens. But in the books and the comics, it doesn't even fit with the movie, because for starters, why would the Resistance not go to Ahch-To instead of Krayt? Because Krayt, it was established in the Storms of Krayt that Luke and Leia had to deal with an elite Imperial squadron on that planet, so you'd think the Empire would have recorded that encounter, or someone would have. Especially since Ahch-To is a more ideal location, like, only the Resistance knows about the planet, not the First Order, so why didn't the Resistance follow Rey to that planet? I mean, it's not like anyone knew prior to when the First Order dropped out of hyperspace that they could track them. Like, why didn't they not consider that one? Also, the flashback that happened in TLJ at the Academy, it was supposed to be 10 years before TFA, which, that's a contradiction on its own, because in Bloodlines, it was established that Kylo Ren turned to the dark side when he was around 15, which, in TFA, he's supposed to be 30, so how do you make that leap from 15 to 30 in just 10 years? Also, I thought the Knights of Ren was supposed to be established during the Empire's reign. Like, that's what JJ told me. And yet, they're implied to be Luke's students. Like, I thought they were... And the flashback is completely different, because in TFA it was raining and Kylo had all his garbs on. but and there was no, and it was just an open field. But in TLJ, there was no open field. It was just burning. Like there's continuity. There's continuity. As well as apparently, Rey also has the ability to tell the Force to do the fighting for her, because apparently in the throne room, she was getting tired, even though in the movie there's no sign of Daisy Ridley getting tired. I guess she forgot, so that was in the script. But she's somehow able to reach out and tell the Force to fight the Praetorian Guards for her, just push her body on forward. Which, that's a question, because since when has anyone been able to do that in Star Wars? Like, if that was an option the entire time, why didn't Luke do it in Episode 5? Why didn't Dooku do that in Episode 3? There's continuity. There's continuity. Where's anyone figure? Number 3. Everyone in this movie is a complete and utter idiot. Now, I know it was established in the Clone Wars that the education system took a massive hit during the war, but god damn, everyone in this goddamn movie is a complete and utter goddamn moron. Like the First Order, like literally everyone in the First Order is just throwing plots against each other and trying to take over it. Like, how did this army take over the galaxy in just like 24 hours? Like when everyone is just trying to take over the First Order. Like, how does this military structure work, and why does anyone trust each other when everyone is just trying to take over the First Order? And at the Battle of D'Qar, why didn't the First Order simply blockade the planet with whatever Star Destroyers they have and just bombard the planet if they were going to destroy the Resistance base and let the Dreadnoughts, blow up the fleet? Like, it's done on its own. Like, why would they blow up the base? Because that would have valuable intel, but I guess according to Battlefront 2, intel's not important. And why does the First Order care about their fighters? I mean, like, they're disposable on their own, and they've got, like, nearly unlimited resources. Like, didn't Rey say that they have dozens of Star Destroyers that could take over the galaxy? So it's not like fighters are worth anything. Like, why not just send every fighter to attack the Raddus and just blow it to smithereens? There you go, movie over. But it's not just the First Order that are complete idiots. It's also the good guys. Like I said before, why would Leia not just go to Ahch-To instead of Crait? It's a much more safer gamble. And why does the Resistance use those crappy bombers when they could just, since their X-Wings are supposed to be their bomber class as well as their fighter class? And if they wanted to blow up that Dreadnought, which they actually do have the weakness of it that was established in Battlefront 2, which Leia should let Poe just destroy the Dreadnoughts, considering she knows the stories of what those things can do. And here's another point: if the First Order can track targets for the hyperspace, then why don't they just use an Imperial interdictor? Just simply stop them from jumping into hyperspace in the first place when they've got them. Like, there you go, 2 problems solved easily. Like, you're telling me that the galaxy has had technology that can stop people from jumping into hyperspace for 30 years, but nobody uses that technology anymore and just track people through hyperspace? Like, seriously, did the archives of the Empire not record that, as Kylo Ren put it? Number 4. This movie ripped off a goddamn fanfic off Tumblr. Yeah, this bit is kind of insulting, considering you've only got 40 years worth of material and stories to draw from, to be inspired from, but instead you rip off a fanfic from Tumblr. And like certain plot points, like literally all of Rey's plot points in The Last Jedi were ripped straight from a fanfic written 2 months after The Force Awakens. Don't believe me? Just Google it. Like Rey Nobody, the way how Snoke died, the lightsaber tug of war, or Captain Phasma's staff. Like, seriously, you've got all these books, all these fan movies to draw from, but you rip off a fanfic off Tumblr. Ryan, write your goddamn movie and get off Tumblr right now. Number 5, the tonal shifts. Yeah, this was saved for last, but I had a bad feeling as soon as my favorite character from The Force Awakens, General Hux, didn't even know he's getting prank called by Poe. Like, it was funny at first, but then you just realize that that's pretty much all the humor. Dumb slapstick and immature humor. Like, I get this is a kid's film, but for goodness sake, look at Marvel. Their humor is actually charming and actually witty, and is actually well paced and that doesn't run throughout the whole movie. This was a fear I had back when I saw The Force Awakens, that they were going to try and replicate Marvel's humor, even though it doesn't work in Star Wars, and nobody asked for it in Star Wars, like Episode 3. Where was the humor in that one? Or heck, even imagine in Episode 5, they tried using that humor. It just takes everyone out of the movie and just grinds the movie to a grinding halt. Because here's the thing, if your audience can't take the movie seriously, and if everyone is a complete idiot, then why should we take it seriously or even root for anyone? So where does this leave us for Episode 9? Well, to quote a great man, if your first movie was alright and it can be salvaged, then that's what the second part of your story is supposed to do. Salvage everything and fix some of the things. But if your second movie sucks and ultimately disregards everything that was established in your first movie, then that damages both the one before it and the one after it, which is why I do not have any confidence in Episode 9. And let's just say JJ is going to have to pull one massive miracle to save this movie. But alas, what can he do? I guess they should have planned this thing out. I mean, like George Lucas took several years of planning, and both the prequel and the original trilogies. But it's not like they're gonna just try. They're gonna turn this into a massive cluster. Oh, what do you know? Apparently, Rian Johnson doesn't care about if The Last Jedi gets retconned. God damn.